Welcome everybody to my new show. This is going to be a pro wrestling talk show. I'd like to welcome you all. This is the very first episode. Now you may be saying, oh, aren't there enough of these on YouTube and elsewhere? Yes, there are, but honestly, I feel like I can do it better. Why else would I be doing this? And, don't have anything else to do. But anyways, in all seriousness, let's get started. Let's just jump right into it. The buzz in the wrestling world right now. What will happen February 21st on Monday Night Raw after the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view? Previous reports, everybody thought it was going to be Sting. We're now starting to learn that odds are it will not be. Apparently they have not contacted each other, WWE and Sting, about any negotiations or plans for Mania. My point of view on this is that odds are it probably won't be Sting. But there's also a possibility that the only reason that somebody leaked out the information that there has been no contact is to throw people off a little bit, thinking it may not be Sting, and then it be Sting anyway. This isn't very likely, but there's always a possibility. Anything can happen. So right now, everyone thinks it's going to be The Undertaker. Odds-on favorite, The Undertaker. It probably will be him. I don't think that the whole promo is going on for The Undertaker right now, if it is The Undertaker, is a good idea for the reason that The Undertaker does not need this. He does not need all of this huge hype for his promo. He's The Undertaker. You just show The Undertaker, that's it. That's all you need. People know it's WrestleMania. They expect him to put on a good show, usually match of the year. It's been so for the past at least 2 years. So if it is The Undertaker, what I personally think will happen is one of two scenarios. The Undertaker returns Monday Night Raw. During his return promo, whether he's talking or whatnot, when he makes his comeback, if it is Sting, if Sting has in fact signed with the WWE and all the new reports we're hearing are wrong, they're just trying to lead us off, then what I am thinking is Sting comes, he attacks The Undertaker, that sets it up. That is not very likely. What is more likely right now, because the Barrett-Undertaker match for Mania has been scrapped, as you may have read on the online websites, what it has been replaced with is Triple H Undertaker, which you can very much understand. It's easy to understand this because right now they're having the whole youth movement push thing, and they don't really have that one match on the card that everybody wants to see. Last year it was Taker Michaels. The year before that it was Taker Mike. And there's Jericho versus all the legends. There's big matches that people want to see. This year there isn't really anything. Edge versus Alberto Del Rio. Okay, I give it to them. Both of them are very talented. Rio has a huge opportunity in front of him to seize it. Whether or not he loses, that's besides the point. If he puts on a good match, that will place him on the mat. Obviously, if he wins the title, I honestly think it's a little too soon for all this. He's being pushed a little too fast. But I can understand why it's happening, because WWE wants to push their youth. They want to get them out there. Because really, the only guys they have right now are Orton, Edge, Cena, Mysterio, and Punk's a rising heel. He's probably the biggest heel they have on Raw right now with the whole new Nexus thing. But we'll get to that later. Right now, what I have to say is that Undertaker makes his return. Triple H comes out. Now, I don't think that they'll turn him heel because it is later in his career. He is an older guy. He wants to change from, and this is a good quote I saw on WrestleZone, he wants to start changing from playing the game to running the game. Basically, he's been saying a lot of time backstage. Once Vince retires, Shane's out of the picture now. He's doing his own thing. It's probably going to be left to Steph and, of course, Triple H, Paul Levesque. They're probably going to end up running WWE. So when he comes back, it's probably going to have something to do with how his best friend, HBK, Shawn Michaels, was forced to retire because he lost the match. And because we have had word that HBK will, in fact, be involved in Mania. Now, obviously, he won't be wrestling. He's made that very, very clear that he has no intentions whatsoever of wrestling again. So odds are he'll probably be a special referee, that kind of deal. Maybe a manager, probably a special referee in a Taker Triple H match in which Triple H may put his career on the line in that match. Obviously, Taker will win because the streak is untouchable. And honestly, I think it's getting to the point where Taker will have to retire in the next year or two because even though, it's still a good sell, the streak might be, beaten or whatever. It's been like so many years he has won, and everybody knows he's getting older now. He's probably going to retire. They know that it's untouchable. So the value of those matches in that sense is starting to decrease, but it's still a WrestleMania match that features The Undertaker. In any case, Triple H versus Taker. Shawn Michaels as special referee. That's what I'm going to call. I Again, I don't think Triple H will really be made into a heel that much. I think there will be some heat on him, but it will be like the HBK Ric Flair match in that both were faces. There was some heat on Shawn just because people knew that Flair was going to retire. He was supposed to anyway. TNA, we'll discuss that later. So just to sum it all up, 2/21/11, Taker returns. Triple H makes his return that night too, maybe staying. Odds are Triple H. They set up the WrestleMania match in that Triple H maybe puts his career on the line, obviously against Taker's streak, to somehow find retribution for Shawn Michaels losing his career. Michaels comes back. I'm really neutral, probably a little more on the side of Undertaker, in that he probably says to Triple H, I'm fine with it. I'm at peace with all this. I'm happy right now. And Triple H just doesn't want to hear it. Sets up for the match. That probably will be the big match of Mania. Of course, the world title and WWE title, maybe Miz Cena. We're hearing a lot of buzz about that. Moving on to Striker and Booker T. Striker has not been on SmackDown for the past 2 weeks. I mean, this coming Friday night, or tonight rather. It's been Booker T. I have not been very impressed with Booker T's abilities. I do believe that he will be able to improve, but right off the bat, he's no CM Punk. CM Punk, first show, everybody loved him, entertaining. Booker T, not so much. You could tell that he was a little nervous. He didn't know really what to do. And Cole was pretty much, and Josh Matthews were leading him, trying to show him exactly what to do. You could tell if you listened to it last Friday night. What Striker might be doing, because I think he does have skills as an announcer, color commentator, play-by-play. Because of the whole Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler scenario, he might be moved over to Raw, or at least call a few matches later on. Because you can't have an announce table that's fighting each other, and what's probably going to happen is going to be a Lawler Cole match at Mania. Grudge match, maybe Falls Count Anywhere type of thing. Maybe Alex Riley comes down and helps, something like that. Lawler is going to Mania though, which a lot of people think it's a long time coming. I don't mind. I haven't seen too many of Lawler's matches. I know that he was good. I've seen it in the few matches that I have seen. He was talented. So we have three matches that at least we know about. Alberto Del Rio versus Edge. Taker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels as ref, and Lawler, Cole. Will it be a match against Lawler versus Cole, or some sort of maybe Cole as a manager type of thing? We'll see. And Booker T, of course, probably is going to end up being a mainstay on SmackDown. I disagree with this. I do realize that WWE wants to push their youth. They want to put them in the spotlight. They want to build the stars of tomorrow. However, Booker T is in incredible shape. He still has the ability to put on a good match. Give him at least a year in storylines, in the ring. At least a year, and then have him go back to announcing, or have it somehow where you have a cocky young guy who goes up to Booker T and says, this used to be your home, you're too scared to get in the ring, something like that, and then bring Booker back into the ring, because he still can he could still sell Vince likes money, obviously. You can see where he is now. A Booker T match will sell because he's back in the WWE, especially in the shape he's in. Incredible shape. Moving on, we have New Nexus led by CM Punk, great heel, great all-around wrestler, superstar, whatever you want to say, and the Core. The Core, supposedly, 4 guys, each one's their own man. They just work together. Obviously, Barrett's leading them. He's the one on the mic all the time. He has the most mic skills out of everybody. The only other guy is Justin Gabriel. He's the only other one that I think that in the years to come will definitely stay in the WWE. Given the right training, I do think he can develop his mic skills. He's still a little green in the ring. You can see maybe a little tentative. He can work on that. He can get better at that. I'm sure of it. But the whole Core from a few weeks ago, a month ago, or whatever it was, the Core versus the New Nexus, I think that was way too rushed. I think it could have been WrestleMania match for sure. You have both of them building, tensions rising on Raw and SmackDown, and then somehow they get involved. Maybe you could have set that up at the Rumble, where for the first time, you see these guys in the ring. If you look at a few Rumbles ago, I believe it was 2004 or 2005. Back when Raw and SmackDown were definitely two separate brands, there was no crossing over at all except for the trade. You could feel the tension when everyone was cleared out the ring and you had the SmackDown guys and the Raw guys, and they would stare at each other. A few seconds later, they'd all brawl. You could have done that with the New Nexus and the Core. They didn't do this, of course. I think they rushed the confrontation between these two. Like I said, they could have built it a lot more. And I think it could have been something that everybody would have wanted to see. That's that. Moving on, now that we're talking about SmackDown and Raw, I also have to reinforce what I said before, that they were two completely separate brands, and now it seems that it's basically one thing. You have Raw guys on SmackDown, SmackDown guys on Raw, back and forth all the time. I personally dislike this. I liked it when it was almost as if they were each their own separate company, because I believe that made more for when the SmackDown versus Raw guy happened, it would be a much bigger deal than it is now. Because people obviously watch both shows, and they'd be excited. Oh, this is the best guy on Raw, best new and up and coming guy on SmackDown. Let's see them butt heads. That happened with Batista Cena at the Rumble. I think that was a good idea, and now it's slowly been meshed together, Raw and SmackDown. Enough of the WWE for now. Let's move on to TNA.